I've been working all week on the Halloween episode, but now it's way past Halloween. So maybe I need to save it for next year, or post it right before this one, or after this one.
Tommy, right? It's not Tommy, Tommy would say. It's Jason.
I'm not really sure what to do.
I think optimism that there is still a path for the
Like
president.
everyone else, I've spent the whole week waiting and watching the election results.
But the landscape has changed quite a bit since the president made
Throughout the week, my father and I only took breaks when we do our daily 4-hour hikes. These usually happen in every type of weather: snow, rain, or falling leaves. Today, it's bright and sunny. We don't even realize Biden has won the presidency. I'm busy filming pine cones when I get the news. Then my father sees Kamala Harris congratulating Biden on Twitter in Brandywine Park.
We did it, Joe.
This is where he ran almost daily for 20 years when we lived in Delaware.
Oh, he's Brandywine Park,
My dad exclaims. My brother Pana texts me next. He tells me how he sees a bunch of people with Black Lives Matter signs and it gets him emotional. Amazing, there are crowds of people by Wegmans holding signs saying Black Lives Matter and that hate has no home here and the American flag. It made me cry.
By doing this, we are asking the district to, take note of these racial injustices that's going on in school and outside of school and in the Pittsburgh community.
My mother greets me at the door when we get back from the hike.
He's president.
We all crowd around the TV and watch. My dad gets emotional when he hears the newscasters talk about Kamala and what it means to have the first female vice president, who is also a person of color. My relatives in Iran are not as happy.
President Trump to impose more sanctions.
They were all hoping for Trump to win.
Those on the street say they're looking toward the U.S. for inspiration.
The people here are all sad. They were hoping Trump's pressure on the Islamic regime would help bring an end to their power. America cannot help Iran,
My dad says during one of our earlier hikes in the rain.
The people of Iran have to help themselves. Yes, Piruz,
my relative agrees.
The people need to come together. 1 million of them in the streets and this regime will fall.
Earlier, when I had suggested that I wanted to see Trump gone because of his racism and immigration policies, my relative thought I was being too American-centric.
What did Obama do for the children of Syria?
I don't want to talk to you about Syria.
What about this Carter? Did he help the Shah when he needed it? You only see these children in your country. I'm worried about this region. Children in Iran are dying in the streets. Do you know what Iranians would say to you if you said you were worried about these Mexican children? They would say, so what? I don't even have food to eat. Why should I care about these children? I did think about my children.
I mentioned this to my father in the rain, and he shrugs.
Obama cannot save everyone. There are problems everywhere. You need to ask what she's doing to help the children in Syria. It is very easy to point a finger, but every country has its problems. America cannot solve all the world's problems.
One of my friends on Facebook says Biden is part of the corporate sector and represents big money and demands for a more socialist agenda. It's time for the left to cut all remaining ties with the Democratic Party before they invite in the next monster. I think back to being in LA during the George Floyd riots and another friend in Alabama calling me to tell me he's not racist for being white, but he feels like he needs to apologize for who he is since all this happened.
I feel like I can't say anything, Piruz.
Biden's on TV now talking about uniting the country. A couple of days ago, my friend in Serbia teased me about him.
Did you vote for Sleepy Joe?
The night before Arizona goes blue, I watched Michael Moore celebrating with his fans on Twitter by playing a Christmas song as the sun is coming up. He tilts his camera to the ceiling as all these heart emojis pour through.
It's like Christmas morning,
he says. The whole family is still crowded around the TV as Biden finishes his speech and fireworks start going off. I go upstairs and think about life in front of me. No real teaching job since the pandemic, bills mounting, finishing the film of my life, and potentially no physical festival. And I get a reply from Kayvon in Tokyo, my childhood friend from episode 1 back in Delaware. And he tells me good things are on the horizon.
You're at a cool transition phase in your life right now, and I'm sure it'll lead you in a cool direction.
It might not happen like that. Things could get worse before they're better.
Some believe the president may launch his own rival cable news network.
But hope does make it easier to face whatever comes. It might not happen like that. Things could get worse.
I hear you.